So this is the KT plan which I have drawn for you for the 6 classes totally. So these are the topics which I am going to cover related to MongoDB. So you just have a look after this class. I will send you this document as well. So after this class, you just please have a look and let me know if you want to add any other topics in this. Okay,
Sure.
so that if you want to add anything, so that we can cover that part as well. Okay, so
Okay,
yeah,
great.
so first class it will be around MongoDB architecture and installation, and second class will be the replica sets and starting. This one I will let you know. Then backup restore and cluster management, then monitoring alerts and logs in case of MongoDB clusters, then performance.
Your voice is getting disconnected. Yeah.
The data. So yeah, these are the topics. So other than that, if you want to add any other topics, you just let me know so that I will cover the same.
Okay, sure.
So yeah, so coming to MongoDB, it is more user friendly, and there is no critical or hypothetical thing is there, like in case of a failover, if the server is also down, also there is a easy failover is also automatic failover is also there available. So just we will go through with the first this part. So today I will go let you go through about the architecture, and also about the how the architecture of the standalone and the replica set and the started cluster works, and which installation. Normally I have most of the people use the MongoDB installation in Linux environment only. So how the installation in Linux environment it works, and
Mhm.
this one I will give you as a hands-on, so that you just go and you just work and you just come up like what is the error you face. Because if I means it is not like a fresher class, like you already having an experience as a SQL DBA. So how we going to proceed with this KT is, I will give you a hands-on things, and I will let you I will give the resource video as well. You just go through, and you just do the thing in your. Do you have any free AWS account?
No, I don't have anything now, right now.
Yeah, so creating an AWS account is not a big thing. You just need to credit ₹1 and you need to create one AWS account. And before going with that, do you have any experience in like working in clusters? Sorry, in servers, Linux servers.
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you have experience in Linux, right? So do you have experience in any cloud platform?
Even yeah, cloud, Azure and all, I have experience, but right now, see, all the accounts are gone very, very long back. I used it. AWS, even the Azure free platforms and all, and that credits I used already. And right now, I don't have anything.
Okay, so yeah, uh, there is two type of installations are available. One is through Linux and another is through Windows. Mostly the replication cluster modes will be in form of Linux only. Then what are the MongoDB directory what are the MongoDB directory contains and configuration files. Then how to start up a server, and what are the some administrative basic administrative commands related to startup and shutdown in MongoDB. These things we will cover up in this session. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So coming to this first thing, like MongoDB architecture. So yeah, this is my hands-on document which I have prepared for myself. Class I will let you know. Like after each classes, I will give you a document like in this format. Like what is the date which I have taken the class, and what is the time which I'm going to take, and what are the topics I have covered in this class. I will give the demo for you. Like what are the topics I have related, I will give the documents, so that you can use the documents in future purpose, or if you are going to attend any interview regarding MongoDB, you just go through these documents. It will be helpful.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, so coming to MongoDB, as like the day we have discussed, like MongoDB is, as you know, like MongoDB is a NoSQL database that is designed to handle large volume of unstructured and semi-structured data. So um, like that day, before going with this, like can I get some input from you, like how you see MongoDB comparing to other SQL databases? Like how you see NoSQL databases from the SQL database? Like what are the things you have new about it? Can I get some input from you?
Hmm. See, as I told you, I never been to this MongoDB and all, but only SQL. I just like going through some online notes and all through the YouTube's and understood that it's a fully, NoSQL is a schema-less. Okay, first of all, like tables and all, how we
Yeah,
have predefined structure in the SQL and
yeah,
all. We
yeah.
don't have that predefined whenever like the flexibility and scalability is very good in MongoDB because the
Good.
anytime you can add the rows and columns or whatever, not mandatory to
Yeah,
have the there. If we put the not null means we cannot put anything. Like here we have flexibility this one, and apart from
yeah,
it is mostly the names for tables, collections, documentation, these things I was going reading through. And apart from the e-commerce sites and all the more transactions and all, it is used. Even I had some pros and cons about this one. Like it's not it's a free source. Okay, like it's not the like Oracle and SQL, we have the standard support and all, but this is going into the market right now, but we don't have much trust on this side. But even though some startup companies and all going with this one approach, MongoDB. So who is having the more frequent transactions like the social media, like Facebook and other, like we
in
have
Amazon, like
yeah,
online platforms.
e-commerce, yeah, e-commerce exactly. So these kind of thing they are going with this one documentation videos, and it is very comfortable. I think going with this database.
Yeah. So you have very well knowledge about that basics of these things. So yeah, as you said, like the MongoDB is a NoSQL database. Like most of the platform which is emerging nowadays are using MongoDB, as we can store a large amount of data. As MongoDB supports threading, we can able to keep the data in a wide range. We can keep our data distributed in a separate servers. So I can have 3 to 4 servers, and I can have my data separated in each cluster, so that I can store a wide range of data. Whereas in NoSQL, it is not like that. Like cluster management is supported, but that is not that much fluent like MongoDB. So that is the thing. The first thing is scalability. Then second thing is high availability, and then third thing is data redundancy. And yeah, so these are the main future things. And the most of the e-commerce platform, especially like online platforms like Amazon, then Flipkart, uh, and also most of the OTT platforms are nowadays also they have been using MongoDB. For example, if you take a online OTT thing, like for example, I have worked in Sunnext. So in Sunnext also they are using MongoDB. I have heard that Netflix also using MongoDB in their backend, so that they have been storing a wide range of user data. They have been storing wide range of content related data, because user data is one kind and content related data is one kind. For example, if you take a user, the user will be having the username, user ID, then their district, then what is their mobile number, then what is the gender. So these things will be having the user related entity. And whereas if you come to content related entity, it will be having the content ID, content name, content description. So same like that, it will be out for the day I have said, right? For each and every for iPhone, sorry, for mobile phone it will be having one features, and for washing machine it will be one having one features. So we can have all the different schema and all the different different fields contained documents inside a collection. So that is the major things of the MongoDB. So coming to the some technically, so coming to technically, the MongoDB will have these parts. First is the database. So database, as you know, like in SQL, the database is the system where we can store our data and we can manipulate and we can analyze the data inside the database. So database, inside the database we will be having the tables. So same like that, inside the database we will be having the collections. So inside the collection, inside the tables, you will be having rows and columns. Whereas in this case, MongoDB, inside the collection, we will be having the documents. So the document is the basic unit storage of MongoDB. So collection, as you know, or schemaless, meaning documents can have different structures. The same point which I have discussed, that will be the definition of each and everything. So database, and inside the collection, we will be having the different documents, and different documents with the different fields. So the documents can have the varying fields that has been stated here. Then coming to this replica sets, I will just give the short notes on replica sets, and in our next class we can see the detail of replica sets and stats. So there is two things is there. One is replica set and another is strading. So replica set is nothing but a replica set is a group of MongoDB instance that maintain a same data set. Whereas if you come across strading means it's distributing data across multiple servers to manage large data sets. Let me give you an example. Like in case of replica set, we will be having only two instances. If we are having multiple instance and the data is distributed across multiple instance, mean that is called starding. You got my point, right? So here the data is means the data in the primary and the secondary will be equal. Whereas you got my point. Let me give you a thing. So I will give the difference between replica set and starding. So this is my replica set. This is my primary, and this is my secondary, and this is my arbitrary. Okay, this is primary, this is secondary, this is my arbitrary. So arbitrary node is nothing but it's kind of a server. Same like primary server and secondary server. It is also a server, but in arbitrary node, we don't have any data. Okay, we don't have any data. This arbitrary node only will do the election process. So normally in a MongoDB, there is a process called election process. That election process will be handled by this arbitrary node only. So, for example, if any one of the node got failure, for example, my primary is connected to the application. So, this is my application. My application is connected to the primary. Okay. At some point of instance, my primary got corrupted or it became crashed. So that time MongoDB will do the automatic failover switch over to the secondary. So if it is not like I'm having a two secondary, okay, if I'm having a two secondary means, so that case these two secondary, out of these two secondary, these two also means these two secondary will be forcing like I want to be the primary, I want to be the primary, like that these two secondary will be forcing. So that time this arbitrary node comes in and it will choose which node should be the primary. This only will choose. You got my point, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is one primary, and I'm having two secondary. So this is the three node MongoDB cluster. Okay, there is a three node. One node is a primary, and I have two secondary nodes. So what happened if my primary node went down?
Where is two
This,
secondary here? In this case, only one, right? One primary, one secondary only, right?
no. I'm saying a replica set is nothing but it's a separate instance, each having the same data set. Here the data is
Yeah, yeah,
not
got it.
distributed.
But the example what you're giving here, only one primary, one secondary, and arbitrary. Okay. So the
No.
once
Sorry.
primary goes down, automatically moving
No,
to the
this is
second.
yeah. I got you. I'll let you know. So this is the simple thing. This is the simple replica set. This is the what to say three node cluster where the arbitrary. So in this case, if primary and secondary is there means there won't be any arbitrary, because
Hmm.
if my primary went down means the secondary will automatically become secondary, right? So there is
Yeah.
no need of election process. That there won't be any election process. If I'm having a three node cluster, then only I need an arbitrary node to promote with the election handling.
Okay,
So
got
if
it.
my primary,
Like a
yeah,
witness server, just this monitoring
yeah,
server. Yeah.
witness same like in SQL Server. Have you heard of, right, that witness server? Well,
Right, right.
yeah, same like that.
Okay,
So
so it will
this yeah,
elect it
it won't
to
have any
become the.
data, but it will be doing the election process. Like which server need to be the secondary. It will work on the election process.
Okay, okay.
So that's the thing. Like if I'm having normally primary and secondary means that there is no need of arbitrary node. If my
Right.
primary goes down means the secondary will automatically becomes my primary, and it will providing the data. And what is a replica set is nothing but it will be a server which is having the same data. What are the data in the primary? It will be there in secondary. What are the data in secondary and primary? That data will be in the S2. So the data will all the server will have the same set of data. Whereas in case of starding, each server will have the some amount of data. The data which there in this S1 won't be there in S2. So like that it will be there. The data is evenly distributed based upon the start key. Have you heard of partitioning?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So how partition works?
Yeah, the same way as the sharding you are saying, right? Some of the partitions like we created from like January to February or March, okay, quarterly based partition we created in the same table, okay. So we
Hmm.
partition the table into the different, months wise, okay. So it will
Hmm.
be different partition having the different data, okay.
Hmm.
So whenever if we lose one of the disk something, but even though we have the different data, what if we will not lose the remaining data and all. So kind of that you are saying, right?
Yeah, same like that. There it will be the partition key. Here it will be the start key. So based upon the start key, the data will be distributed, and based upon that, the data will be fetched as well. So this is the difference between replica set and the starting. So same like starting. If I am, this is my primary, and this is my secondary, and this is my secondary another node, and this is my another node. This will be the
But
yes.
but here the drawback is data loss will be there, right? Because we are not having the full replica. See, in the replica sets, what
Yeah,
we have the exact copy. If we lose
yeah.
also, then like we don't
Yes,
have the
yes,
data
yes.
loss.
Yes, yeah, yeah. That one I will detail you in the next class in the replica sets and starting that class. I will let you know. So in the
Hmm.
first class, I'm just giving with you the definitions like what is this, what is that. So in case of this, I will be having the MongoDB here, the daemon process, which will be doing the connection handling. That will be done by the MongoDB in case of this replica set. Whereas in case of starting, I'll be having the Mongo S. So this Mongo S is nothing but so if a client is doing any connection means this MongoDB will receive the connection and it will be passed to the primary server, and it will return the output. Whereas in case of starting, the data request will be handled first to the Mongo S. So this Mongo S will look for the starting data. So which start is having the data based upon the start key. It is partition based upon the start key, right? So if I'm giving any data based upon the start key, it will check which start is having that particular data. So as you said in partition, if this is having Jan to March, this is having April to June, this is having July to September means. So based upon that start key, it will check which start is having the data, and it will establish the connection, and it will retrieve the data from that start.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah. So replica set is a group of MongoDB instance that maintain the same dataset. The dataset will be the same across primary and secondary. Okay. Only this primary node will handle the read write request, where in secondary will be used for replicating the data from the primary, and it will return that in the secondary. So we can do the force thing also. So this can take over in case of the primary fails. Automatic failover is available. Okay. Arbiters is nothing but it's optional node that will be workful in election process that does not hold any data. So that breaks election if even number of them, which will helpful in which is need to be the thing. So starting is nothing but
Okay.
starting is Mongol. Yeah,
One question, please. Okay, here,
yeah,
see, this one, the is it like same like Oracle? We have the functionality here, active, or just same like SQL active and these passive nodes, the secondary and all these things. How it is like active, we can read right from both primary, secondary, or
yeah.
you.
That's what I'm saying. Like normally you can do the reading from secondary. Yeah, in secondary you can able to read, but if you want sorry like we can set the preference. Normally we can able to do the read write. Have you worked in any replication concepts?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
asynchronous.
saying.
Yeah, that's what
Usually,
I'm hmm.
yeah,
Usually,
usually we don't have from the secondary write option. Okay, for the
yeah,
SQL
yeah.
completely any of the SQL flavor, like from the log shipping to the mirroring to the always on. Okay, all the replications and all we never have this one secondary as a read write. Okay, only reading we can see, and the routing also we can put for read only or some reporting purpose and all. Okay, for backup offloads and
Hmm.
all. But
Yeah, same
here,
like that only.
yeah, but Oracle we have read write for both active, okay, clustering and all. So I'm
Okay, in
just
a
checking.
cluster means in both the node itself we can like master replication. Like in case of MySQL, we will say
Exactly.
master replication. We can
Yeah,
write
yeah,
the write and read in both the node.
yeah.
So
So
say
here,
that is not like that here. In
Not
only
like
the primary, yeah, only in the primary you can able to do all the read and write operation, whereas in the secondary you can do the read operation only. Also, if you want to read the data, for example, let's say like if in certain case my primary replica is under heavy write load, okay, so in that particular scenario you need to have some read load also, means that time what you can do means you can change the preference of reading. While connecting to the database you can change the preference of reading in the secondary by some by one thing. So that thing I will let you know in the second class, means
yeah,
next
yeah, no
class.
problem, no problem. Okay, we'll go
I'm just
slowly
giving you
because see,
the,
I'm completely new for this one, so we don't
yeah,
wanna
yeah,
go for
okay.
like this is the like final topic for the replication and all. We'll go slowly for first understand the architect and then we'll
Yeah,
go
that's what
slowly.
I'm saying. First, if we understand the architecture, means that will be helpful.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
exactly.
this concept you are okay, right? What is the replica sets and what is the starding concept and what is the replica set concept? So starding is
Yeah,
the data
yeah,
distributed
yeah.
across the multiple servers. So
Mhm.
it is same like a partition. The partition data improve the performance scalability. Mm, so this is the thing. A start cluster can have these three components. The first is start. Start is nothing but a server. So each start holds a subset of a data. Uh, config server, that is same like the arbitrary node. This will store the metadata about the data distribution across the cluster. Then MongoS, this is the daemon process which will be routing the services that directs the client request to the appropriate start based on the data distribution.
Mm-hmm.
So
See,
yeah,
the
so
sharding is here good partitioning and all, but I heard like this MongoDB, we don't have like the relationship and all. Okay, how we are fetching the data so fast? This is my another question. Okay, so usually is
so
coming in my mind. Okay, see the difference between this one and the SQL and all, only the relational RDBMS, right? So that is like because of the keys, okay, foreign key and all these things, we are
okay,
just fetching data fast there. Okay, but here we don't have this one, like no SQL means no relationship and all. So how we are fetching
yeah,
this fast?
it's a direct fetching, right? Like it will fetch directly, right? So it will be the faster, like if I'm having a two table with the relational data means, so I need to do the full scan on that particular table. Then if the foreign key is enabled on the another table means, and then in that table also I need to do the scan, right? So in that case, if it is not like a relational means, the performance will be absolutely faster, right? There is no relations means it will be faster only, right? You will be directly going and fetching and coming. You don't want to relate the other table or anything. You just directly fetch the document and you will come.
Yeah, that is how it is. Like it's a huge table. Suppose data is huge rows and all. How we are fetching. Okay, later on we will see. We can just keep it in mind this point also, like how it will be. Let's see.
Yeah, this is that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So you are saying uh, like what? Give me one second. One thing. So this is the table. This is another table. So this is case of relational database, and this is one table which is having the multiple thing. Okay. So if I'm going to fetch the data in this thing means, so if I'm going to fetch data in this thing means, so it will, I need to relate these two tables, right, for getting my solution output.
Yeah, yeah.
So whereas in this case, it will be having only one set of documents. So you will be directly hitting that collections means it will directly relate from that. For example, um, uh, let's say like okay, let's say like electrical applicants is there, then mobile accessories is there, then this dressings something dress related things is there, then furnitures is there. But you know the particular collections, right? You know the particular collection name. So in that collection, so in electrical applicants collection you will be having the electrical applicants things like TV, washing machine, fridge, refrigerator. So these things will be there. In furniture you will be having the chair, sofa, these things will be there. Table mat, these things will be there. And then also like dress things, you will be having shirt, pants, these things will be there. So you will be having the direct, you don't need to interrelate. Also, if we are having the user employee these thing related data, you will be directly going and fetching that employee. So based upon that employee, it will take the data, right? Only but here also we will be using joins. What I'm saying is, here also you will be using joins, here also you will be using joins, but comparing to this, the use of join will be less here. That's what I'm saying. What to say here, here you need to transform the data based upon your needs. Here you can store the data based upon, after you are transforming the data you can store the data directly, but whereas here you need to transform the data based upon your needs.
Mhm.
That how can I say, like if I'm having employee table and if I'm having that what to say,
No,
okay,
no.
let's
See,
say,
I'll tell you. See, we have like
hmm,
10,000 rows. Suppose, okay, from these two
okay,
tables, we are putting same 10,000 rows with relationship. Okay, and
okay,
without relationship, we are like fetching, doing the transaction for 10,000 rows from the MongoDB. So, who will
okay,
give the fast response, and based on what, like it's a statistics or maybe indexing we have in both one, like how we are doing. We can go into deep this one later, but just quickly it came to my mind like how
okay,
it is.
sure,
Yeah,
yeah, sure, I will give you with an example in next class.
yeah,
So
yeah, fine.
this is the what is the different, this is the one thing, like what difference between MongoD and MongoS. MongoD is the primary daemon process. It will be managing for managing these things, and
No, no, see, this is not clear to me. MongoD, MongoS. Okay, this is new for me. Both the things. I need to like understand how many process are there initially with the start and stop. Okay, and what is this MongoD and MongoS? Should be only these
yeah,
two process are there. Like once we install the Mongo, like okay,
yeah,
so
once,
Mongo.
that's what I'm saying. Normally if you install the Mongo, this MongoD will be automatically there. If you enable the starting, then this MongoS will occur.
So without enabling this one
Yeah,
will be there.
without starting there won't be any MongoS, only the MongoD will be there.
So the
So I
primary
will hmm.
only one process will be running when we install the Mongo DB. Only MongoD will be there. That's it, right? No other
Yeah,
processes.
MongoD will be there, MongoS will be there.
No, no, MongoD only there, right? When we install the fresh installation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, MongoD only will be there.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah,
only
that
one
will,
process, right?
yeah, that will be the primary daemon. So it will, like what to say, in SQL Server we'll be having the MS SQL Server, right? So same like that, service name.
Yeah, the agent also there. MSQL is there. Like in Oracle also
SQL
we have.
Server agent will be there. In
Yeah, yeah.
MySQL D will be there. In Cassandra D will be there. Cassandra dot CNF something will be there. So Cassandra dot something will be there. There will be some daemon process. So
Okay,
yeah,
so only one daemon process in MongoDB. Okay.
yeah. Then storage. Coming to storage engine, everything will be having the storage engine. Here, like why the previous version and all, we will be having memory mapped version of storage engine. So this memory mapped version of storage engine will be depreciated in the newer versions and all, because nowadays we are having the wired tiger, the default storage engine. Why we the wired tiger is nowadays means it will support the document level locking. So this wired high concurrency and uses document level locking, which allow the different uh, better performance. For example, document level locking is nothing but, in a collection I will be having the multiple documents, right? Hello.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So in my documents, inside my collection, I will be having multiple documents. So if I'm going to fetch work on any documents means, what in case of MMAPV, that memory map, it will do means it will lock the entire collections. Okay. So if it is locked the entire collection means I can't able to read or fetch any data on that particular collection until that lock has been released. So in case of document level locking means, it will only lock the particular documents, and the second transaction can connect to the other document. Let me clear you with the diagram. So what I'm saying is, there is two things. One is wire tiger. Second thing is mmap. There means this will be a collection. Inside my collection, I will be having multiple documents. So same like that. This will be the collection. It will be having the multiple documents.
What is that collection means? Like it is a table?
Yeah, that's why it's a table. That's what I said, right? In okay, let me clear you that. So this is RDBMS. So in RDBMS, what will you say? Database will be there. Inside the database, tables will be there. Inside the tables, rows and columns. This is based on this, the data will be stored. The data will be stored in rows and columns in case of RDBMS. Correct? Am I correct? So
Mm.
in case of DBMS, the same databases will be there. Inside the database, in spite of tables, there will be the collection, and in spite of the rows and columns, documents. Here the documents may have different field, and the data will be stored in JSON format. Binary form of JSON. JSON is nothing but binary form of JSON. So, sorry, how means like, let's have okay, let's have a test database. Inside the test database, I'm having the collection employee, and inside the employee, I'm having the document. So, how my documents will look like means it will be having the data in JSON format. This will be
Okay.
having my ID. This will be like same like a primary ID will be having, right? So that will be the unique ID for this thing. Then it will be having the employee name, Ajay or Sahir. Then it will be having the employee ID 2345. Then it will having the city Chennai or anything. Okay, so this will be the one inside this collection. I'm having one document like this, and I can have the another document like this. So that another documents may be like this. ID is 102, but it have the field as different. This like this. User ID 123. User state Tamil Nadu. So yeah, this is one document, this is one other another document. So but both the documents are having different fields. So this document is having employee name, employee ID, city, these field. Whereas here the user ID is one field, user status field, this field is different, this field is different. So so that we are saying in MongoDB we can store the different kind of data. It's a schema less. Whereas in case of RDBMS, we'll be having tables. For if employee table is there means we will be having employee name, employee ID, city. So inside this thing only all the data will be stored. We can't store the data with this. So this is the thing between this RDBMS and DBMS. Are you clear with these things? How, what is the database? What is the collections? What is the documents? And inside the documents, what are the different fields and how it will be stored? And what is the format it has been stored? Everything is clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we good to go with this difference between wired and APV1?
Okay.
Okay, so fine. So in case of like so coming on the next class, you just go through the basic administrative commands in MongoDB. Okay, you just have a look. There will be some 20 to 30 commands will be there. You just have a basic look, and you just go with the next thing. So here this is the query we'll normally use. So this is this is the using so there is one collection called so you are giving a use
See,
database name. If we give
Ajay,
hmm?
1 minute, please. Okay, we'll go through that one commands. Okay, but see, you are explaining the difference between these two, and apart from the architect, did we finish this one? You said
In the
initially we'll.
architect, yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the architect only I'm saying the each part. Once I have said you the each part, I will let you know how it works, how the architecture works. I will below I have this. So when a request is made, how the architecture will work, I will let you know in the next thing.
Mhm. I thought maybe architect means with the whole diagrams and all. We are going through like each and every component how they start.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, if you want diagram also, no issue.
Okay, because I was expecting that. Okay.
This is case of starting. So this is the application. This will be a driver. This will be the query router. Query router is nothing but I said you right Mongo S. That will be the query
Mhm.
router. Based upon the starting, it will choose which start is having the data and it will provide the data. Let
Application
me
driver
give you
router.
this images from here. Star one, star two, moments conflicts of a client. MongoDB application server. It will be the simple thing only. So is it visible?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's not pasting. So yeah, this is the thing. Application is nothing but my application. Driver is nothing but the ODBC connection driver which I used to connect to my server. The router is nothing but the Mongo S in case of starting, MongoD in case of primary secondary. So in each strat I will be having the primary secondary, and this will be the one strat, and this will be the another strat, this will be the another strat. So we can have n number of strats where the data is what to say the where the data is get distributed. This config server is nothing but it will be having all the details of the clusters.
So same like arbitrary this one. Okay.
Yeah, so it won't be a critical thing, like what to say. Yeah, beside this we will be having the storage layer. It's kind of client server architecture only. Like client will be there, then server will be there. What are the things will be come to the routers first, and after that it will be passed to this. So this is the basic architecture. It will be the simple architecture. So I will let you know how the query works. I will keep this diagram ahead. Before that, I will give the difference between the storage engine, and after that, I will give you like what if the query comes means how it will works. I will let you know. Okay,
Mm. Okay.
sure. Yeah, this wire tiger is the new one. So after some MongoDB version of 3.4 3.5 and all, they are been using the wire tiger only. So before that it was memory mapped. So why we are using this wire tiger means, if there is one transaction, okay, let's take a transaction. Let's take a transaction T1. So this transaction T1 is accessing one document. Okay, so here also the transaction T1 is accessing one document. So in case of memory map, I said right, this one is this one is collection, this one is collection, these are the documents, these are the documents. So in case of memory mapped thing, if a transaction one is happening and it is accessing or changing any one of the document means, it will lock all the entire collection. So if any transaction T2 want to access any document inside this collection means, it need to wait until this lock has been released by the transaction one, then only this can able to access that particular documents, because here the document level locking is not available. Whereas in case of wire tiger, if T1 is accessing one document means, it will lock only that particular document, and the T2, if the T2 T2 wants to access the any other different documents means, it can able to access, because here in wire tiger, it is called the document level locking. So this is the difference between document level locking. Have you are you okay with this thing?
Yeah, yeah, I know this one locking table locks. See, generally redundant operations if we
It's
require
kind of
this one.
row
I
level
what
locking
we
only, same like that row level locking concept in SQL. Same like that
yeah.
here, we will say document level locking simply.
Mm-hmm. But this one, another one, like you saying, inside the collection we have this one rows. Okay, one row it is fetching the data, the other one is like it's able to fetch this one. I need to see in deep later on once we are going this one how it is working and all.
Sorry, come
Okay.
again.
No, no, this one, see the second one, Wild Tiger, you are saying only
Yeah.
one, the document is locked, the other one he can able to do the read and write, okay. So
Hmm.
there is no dependency and on how it will work in real time, we will see that one later on, I'm saying.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, okay.
Then so these are
So this
the
this is like this is a storage engine, just these two we have Wild Tiger and memory mapping something.
we have multiple storage engine, but currently we are using this wire tiger only. In enterprise, this is the default storage engine. They have been they mentioned the name. So if you want to learn anything, you can have this website is there. In this, we will be having the detailed thing. You can download this manual, MongoDB manual. So here we are having a multiple services is there. This MongoDB community is like free, anyone can use. Then MongoDB enterprise, like it is kind of thing. What to say? Yeah, it's a kind of enterprise edition. In SQL Server, we will be using right standard edition, enterprise edition. So same like that,
Mhm.
this MongoDB community is free to use, and this MongoDB enterprise is that they will be giving the product key or license key. Based upon that, we will be using that key and will work. MongoDB Atlas is nothing but it's kind of a cloud owned by the MongoDB.
Okay.
So if you create a MongoDB Atlas account, it's same like AWS. Like in MongoDB Atlas, you can create your own account there. You can host your MongoDB database and you can work.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to get started means you can create an account, same like the cloud AWS, GCP, same like that we will be having the MongoDB Atlas. It's a cloud supported by. MongoDB.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pasting this thing. So each thing will be having the separate thing. If you want to see the database concepts, if you see the migration things, and if you see the atlas kind of thing, you can have this thing. MongoDB docs. So I will paste in that. So yeah, this is the storage engine. So yeah, this is a storage engine. Then journaling on concept is there. Indexing on concept is there. Journaling is nothing but have you heard about write ahead login? Write ahead login mechanism in SQL Server, SQL and all.
No, not much on this one.
Okay, write ahead logging is nothing but so whenever in any kind of database platform, before writing the data into the disk, the data will be first write into a file, log file. So
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah. Yeah, correct.
logging mechanism. So so once the log is after some points, the log will be flushed into the disk, and then it will again able to rewrite. So for that we will set some configuration parameters. So this write ahead logging is achieved is known as is that mechanism is in MongoDB is known as journaling. So here, those files, the log files, we will call it as a journal file. So each write operation is written to the journal file first. Then after that only it is then flushed into the actual data file. Before
Yeah,
writing
yeah.
into the
See,
actual data file,
I heard about this one, but why we are usually using this one right ahead?
this is case of crash recovery. So in case of like, so let's take an example. So if any transaction is written, it is first write into the file, right? Then only
Right,
it will write into the disk,
correct.
means that to the permanent disk data file. So in case of any crash occurs means the log file will have the still have the data. So again you restart after the crash, you will restart that server, right? So what are the committed transaction that have been logged into the journal file? Doing the restart, that committed transaction will be actively placed into the data. You got my point, huh?
Mm,
Yeah, let me clear it. So this is my actual data file. Sorry. So this is my actual data file. This is my log file. This is my and data. So first, this is my application. So first I will write into the log file, and then I this is flushed into the data file. This will be stored in the disk. Have you heard about redo log, undo log?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Same that concept. So why we use the what is the use of redo log and undo log?
Yeah, the transactions, whatever is until apply to the log files, then go to the data files, and same thing for the replication. Also, we have the redo logs, wait and all. Okay, so whatever transactions happen here, it have to be like right to the next replica and all. Same thing.
So that is different log. For replication, will be referring different log. So this
Yeah, even
general
for
log.
the transactions, yeah, transactions also same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so this journal log, if any write query is happening, this journal log will log all the data. So then only it will be written to the disk. So you have asked me why, what is the purpose of the write ahead logging? So why we are using
Yeah.
this log? Yeah, first. So why means, so in case there will be some log like, let's say T1 transaction happen, it is directly written into the disk. Okay, some transaction happen and it directly committed and it will be written to the disk. Okay, there is another write operation, that is T2, that is not flushed into the disk. Okay, this is still in the journal log. Okay, so at that time my server got auto crash, or get automatically crashed, and again you want to if it get automatically crashed, means what you will do, you will do the force recovery, and you will force start the database and it will be starting. Okay, you
Mm.
will force start with means with error or any warnings, you will force start the database. That time you will be flushed and it will be again restarted. So that time the journal log, right? it will be where this journal log will be stored. It will be stored in my disk. Okay, this journal log will be having the transaction T2. Correct?
Mhm.
Correct, right?
Yeah.
So after restart, this T2 will be flushed into the data file. So this is the use of T2
See, by
journal log.
default, this see generaling is by default for each transactions we have, we have to enable only for write ahead for particular things and all. How it will be, like see, usually any database we have log files in DB. Okay, it is going through this log, then only it is writing to the disk. It is clear.
Yeah,
But generaling like this is particularly write ahead means we are doing for some transactions or all the transaction in MongoDB going through this concept.
yeah. You you just don't want to complicate this thing. This is same like a redo log. Why we are using this log files means, if in case of any crash recovery, what the redo log and undo log will change, what are the changes happened to the database that is not applied to the data file, that will be reapplied. So this same
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that this
yeah.
journal.
Same thing. Got it. For each transaction, that is what I'm saying. Not for the like particular we are enabling just this one. Uh, Not like that, right? For each and every transaction, this generaling will be enabled by default in MongoDB.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, okay,
See, if you see the SQL and NoSQL, the concept will be the same. The only difference will be the how the data will be stored in the database. That only will differ.
okay, okay,
Yeah, it's about one the concept. Everything will be the same. What if a CPU utilization arose? What are the things you will do in the SQL? Same that you will do in the NoSQL. The only thing is the difference in the name itself. It's a SQL, structured query language. It is NoSQL. It's not a structured query language. It will be having the different field in the data. That's the JSON format. So that's what I have explained in the previous thing. So that's the only thing. But other than that, every concept, indexing, write ahead logging, then performs the performance wise, everything, analyzing, optimizing, everything is same only.
okay, okay,
So this indexing, same like indexing is like it supports these are the indexes available in MongoDB. Single compound has the geospatial text. Single is nothing but like a unique index you will use, right? That thing. Compound is nothing but a multiple, creating multiple index in a table. We can have a multiple field, um, have multiple field having the thing. um Let me give you, if there is sorry. So like this thing is there means, single is nothing but if I keep this employee ID as an index means that's a unique index, right? So say this is the single index. If I'm keeping my employee ID and mobile number as an index means this is the composite index. Hash is nothing but hash is nothing but hashing, if some data is having the n number of like n number of data means the character is more than for example if a description. So if there is some description is there means we can keep that thing as hashed, and we can keep that in a 16 digit one. And geospatial is nothing but it only based upon the city or anything geological kind of thing, that is geospatial. And text, as you know, like if I'm having a multiple thing like same like that, if you have description anything, if I want to let's say like description, uh, this is for, so if I'm having this employee, if I'm having thousand. This is one document, right? So same like this, I'm having 1,000 documents with the same employee name, and each employee name will be having this session is for GoLogica MongoDB KT. In all the employee name, this particular description is used, means I can full text this session is for GoLogica MongoDB KT. So that if it's using this particular phrase, means I can able to do the thing. The same full text full text index have you here, right? In SQL Server as well, in MySQL, everything will be having full text, right? Same like that. This text indexing works. Just the name differs. Like multiple is changed to compound, and unique change to this single, and geospatial and text. So this same the how the index works, means same the concept it works here as well. So how MongoDB works, the same code operations like create, read, update, these things. And these are the greater than. GT is nothing but greater than, LT is little but less than, INS in rejects. These are the things. So give me one second. I will open my topic. So this is the first topic I have completed. Standalone replica is completed. Then compass overview. This thing, directory thing. This thing. Okay. So are you now? I will let you know about the architecture. Okay. So this is the architecture, like how the query works if the query comes in. So MongoDB data entry flow here. So when the bson data is entered into the MongoDB, so whenever I am writing any data into my MongoDB, means how it will works. This is the thing. So client request, so client sends a request to the MongoDB first, so using the MongoDB driver. So that is, I will keep this so yeah. So client send a request to the MongoDB database using the Mongo via MongoDB driver. So this is the client will be sending the request to the driver. So it is insert a new document into the collection. So it's a normally the MongoDB, as you know, the MongoDB stores the data in form of JSON, binary JSON. So once that this thing is done, uh, once this thing is done, this MongoDB, the MongoDB cluster started, right? So in case of starting, what I have said, like it will be use the Mongo as the daemon process for routing. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So for for in case of starting, it will be using the Mongo as. So this thing I have. So this give me one second. Can I attend
Yeah,
the
yeah.
call? Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like as in the diagram, if I'm writing any request, I'm inserting any data, means from the
Mhm.
application, it will using the driver. This driver can be anything, any language which I can use. In that, I will be using my OTPC Java connector, and I will connect to my MongoDB database. Once I have insert any documents, this will be first routed to this router first. The router is nothing but Mongo S. This Mongo S will be helpful in analyzing which strat is having the data. For example, this strat 1 is having the data from 2022 to 2024. This data strat 2 is having the data from 2024 to 2026. If I'm inserting the data of 2022 to 2024, in between this date, what this router will do, it will, okay, this Mongo S, what it will do, okay, it will analyze, okay, this strat 1 is having the 2022 to 2024 data. So I need to insert the data there. So what it will do, it will first do the journaling. Journaling is nothing but before writing into the disk, it will first write into the journal. So that operation will be happen. So once it has been written into the journal, the data will be stored into this particular start one. So that's what here explained. MongoDB determines which start is responsible for the data based upon the start key. So based upon the start key, the data is distributed. If the data is not started, I said right, in case of starting, the data request will go to Mongo S. If it is not started, it will directly go to the MongoDB.
Okay.
See this point. If database is not started, the request is routed directly to the MongoDB. Any one of the instance, primary instance or secondary instance. So that thing based upon that. So write request to the primary. If I'm having a replica set, I'm not having any starting, I'm having replica set means the request is routed to the primary node. Okay, I'm not having any starting, it's I'm having just a primary replica and secondary replica. In that case, the write request will go first to the primary node, and this MongoD process on the primary node receive the insert request. The replication is enabled, the insert operation is journal. So as you journal is nothing but write ahead log. So this thing will be happen, and after that the data is processed by the MongoDB, and it will typically includes the ID field. So like in primary in normally if we store the data, there will be a primary key created, right, for everything.
Mhm.
ID,
Yeah.
the first field defaultly it will be created and it will be in auto incremented value. So same like that in MongoDB, hyphen ID will be created for each of the data which is inserted into the MongoDB. It's a unique identifier for each transaction on the particular collection. So this hyphen ID field will be either user define, we can define it, or it can be automatically generated by the MongoDB. So it will based upon that. So normally it will do the indexing. It will do the scanning based upon this ID only. As you see in relational database system, it will be having the default primary key. So if we are scanning any data, it will be scan the data based upon the default primary key, right? So same like that here also, it will do it will create this thing ID for scanning the data while selecting anything. So
For
same like that.
each
Sorry.
table, each table, or this one will be like
Each
each
collection.
input
So in case of that, each table it will create one particular things, right? So same like that
ID.
in case of each collection, in each documents, it will say previously I have said, right. So this is one thing means the second thing will be created like this ID two, like this it will be created. You got my point, huh? No.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, then-
So same like this ID. So if we are adding another thing means it will automatically create ID3. So based upon this ID only, this ID is considered as a clustered index. So based upon this cluster index is nothing but the primary key, right? So each everything should be unique, and based upon this, that this cluster index only the data will be fetched. If the non-cluster, if the particular field is not indexed, based upon this clustered index only the data will be scanned, and the data will be fetched and it will be retrieved. So same like that concept only here also in MongoDB as well.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's what here explained. Then so if the replication is enabled, so if the data is inserted into my the data is inserted into the primary, right? So if I'm having the secondary node means there will be one log called operational log. So what that operational log will do, what are the changes happening in my primary will be logged in this operational log. So from this operational log that will be written into my secondary node.
Okay.
So this is what I explained here. The primary node send the write operation to the secondary nodes in replica set. The secondary node replicate the document, ensuring all the data in nodes are synchronized. The data is stored on the disk of the primary node, and then secondary node follow the same process, copying the changes from the primary. So this is the thing. After the document is successfully written, the primary node send acknowledgement back to the client. That so here the synchronous is asynchronous only.
There is
Means
no
the
sync.
data, yeah, replication concept which we are using here is asynchronous only.
There is
So the
no.
primary, sorry.
There is no synchronous we have.
Yeah, synchronous means that the data should not be in synchronous. There is no. Asynchronous means only the primary the data is written means it will be enough. It does not wait for the acknowledgement from the secondary.
No, that is the synchronous, right?
Yeah, that is
Synchronous.
synchronous. I am saying in MongoDB it is asynchronous. Only in primary the data is written and it is successful means it will send the customer like the transaction is completed, and that replication will be eventually consistency. Like later it will be applied to the secondary. It won't wait
Okay.
for the secondary acknowledgement.
Okay.
It's a
So
called eventual
asynchronous.
consistency. Yeah,
Correct. Correct. Correct.
yeah. So that is the thing. After the document is successfully written, the primary node send acknowledgement back to the client. So that the operation is successful like that. The client is notified the okay this thing is thing, and that starting and data distribution. If the MongoDB setup is started cluster, so in case of started cluster, once the so in case of starting means it need to wait for the document is stored on the particular start, that acknowledgement it need to get. So in case of this thing means only the primary it is written into the primary means it is sufficient. Whereas in case of starting it, the MongoS need to confirm like this data is correctly written into the particular strat. Then only the transaction is considered as a completed. You got it right. In case of starting, I'm saying.
Yeah.
If it is a primary secondary means only the primary the transaction is committed and it is returned means it is okay. But in case of starting, this router need to wait. If the data is based related to the start to means it need to get the acknowledgement from the start to like the data is written in the start and the data is correctly occupied and stored in the start. This acknowledgement is only based upon this acknowledgement only the router will send the confirmation to the client. So that's what here mentioned.
Okay. Can we
So
go
this
a
is the,
little slow, please? You are going so fast, means like super fast. Each topic like
okay.
going just.
Okay, you can stop me and ask me anywhere. So is it clear or can I come again one? So this is the concept.
Yeah, yeah. The concept is clear, but I'm just saying, okay, like the topic, like how we are going and all. Like maybe I can digest this one later. And I don't know. I know
Yeah,
some concept is clear, but we'll go through like proper like
yeah, that's
first
what I'm
basic.
saying. After this class, I will give you the document. You just go through in between the next class. You can text me and you can ask me for doubt. I will check and I will update. So once you're okay with the first class and first kind of thing, then we'll proceed with the next class.
Okay, okay, all right.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, means it will be fully friendly only because I also know means see I won't say like I'm expert in MongoDB. I don't this much in MongoDB. I won't say like that. Means I also lack something in my kind of knowledge. So that thing I can able to learn from you as well. So it will be a helpful thing.
Yeah, yeah, sure. We'll go
Yeah, give
like
me one
with
thing.
full
Give me one second.
slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello. சொல்லுங்க. Hmm. If you are
Okay.
in case of MongoDB, the select operation is achieved by find. If we give find means it will do the search for selecting the data. It will find the data. So what here it will do means DB is a default thing and users. My screen is visible, right? Hello,
Yeah, fine, fine.
screen is visible, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So in case of NoSQL, in case of MongoDB, we will be using find for selecting a data. If so, here what it says means this particular query in users collections, I need to find the data. I need to select the data in based upon the age field greater than 25. Okay, so I have the users collections. Inside the users collection, I will be having the different documents. So in each documents, which are the documents having the age field, and that age field is greater than 25. I need to have that thing, and I need to select the data. So like how we are selecting the data. So how it will works means if MongoDB set up a started cluster, the query is first sent to the MongoS. So same the repeated concept only. If I'm using starting means it will go to the MongoS. If I am not using starting means it will go to the MongoD. That's the thing. The query is first into the MongoS router. The MongoS process is responsible for routing the query to appropriate start. The MongoS uses the start key to determine. um, Hello. So yeah, this is the routing for select query. So same like that, there will be two things. If it is in start cluster, I have notified here. If it is in start cluster, it will directly go to the MongoS and it will ask the MongoS which data. So here the same like that. If I am I'm sending any select query means it will come to the driver and it will go to the router. In case of select query, it will that is MongoS. In case of MongoS, it will check which start is having the data. If I'm fetching the data, so here I have given the age greater than 25. So imagine I'm having the data in the start one having the date age less than 20, and this start 2 I'm having the age between 20 and 50, and in start 3 I'm having the data greater than 50 means, so if here I am giving greater than 25, greater than 25 means the data will be in both the starts. So this MongoS, what it will do, okay, this start 2 and start 3 is having the data, required data based upon this thing, and will go to the both start 2 and start 3, and it will fetch the data and it will take the data and it will return to me. In case of MongoS, if it is MongoD means it will directly go to the primary and it will check which and it will directly go to the primary and it will retrieve. So if I want to do the read in secondary means I will give the this one command. So that's what I it's a mention. If the MongoDB server is started cluster, the query is first sent to the MongoDB router. In case of starting, it uses the start key to determine which start holds the relevant data. So same like that, if which key is having the age greater than 25, it will go to that particular start and it will retrieve the data and it will send to the customer. So there is the thing that has been mentioned in this thing. If the collection is not started, the MongoDB routes the query to all the starts, which is costly informations. Query processing, um, query processing by MongoDB. So if the query is sent to the MongoDB, MongoDB means it's kind of a primary and secondary. It is not involved in starting. It's sent to the MongoDB. The find query is passed by query planner, which converts the execution plan. So same, have you heard of this query planner, execution plan, parsing, optimization, these things in SQL?
Yeah. Yes.
As I said, every concept will be the same. So same like that, if the query select in case of here the find is issued means same it will do the passing. Passing is nothing but it will pass the query and it will check for the execution plan, and it will check for the missing, any missing index is there. It will do the index lookup, any missing index is there, and if any index is there, it will use that particular index and it will try to fetch the data. For example, in this case, I am fetching the data based upon the age field, right? So it will check whether the age field in the particular collection is indexed or not. If it is indexed means it will be the very performance will be the faster, right? So this thing it will check that is called the index lookup. So if index is there, it will do the search based upon the index thing. If it is that age column is not indexed means it will do the full collection scan. You
Okay.
got my point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it will do the full collection. If no relevant index are found, it will perform the full collection from and each documents it will check and it will do. Then it will do the sorting and it will return the output. Same like that. Sorting this thing, right? Sort the data based upon the thing. Here I have used the sort greater than 25. So it will sort the
Yeah.
data greater than 25 and it will return the output. If I add the limit of 10 means I need only the 10 data means what I will give means here I
Is
will
it
give
equal to
dot limit
mm.
10, like that I will give. So it will give the only the 10 data.
Okay, okay. Is it resolved or no? The issue.
No. That is not, that issue is not related to us. Like I have reverted them. I'm just waiting for their reply.
Okay,
So
okay,
that's it.
okay. No worries.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So same this thing. Like if it is the index is not there means it will do the full table scan. Then
Full
based
table
upon the
scan.
sorting and limiting, it will return the result. So this is the thing. So that's all.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, give me a second. So these are the things. So after this, um, so these things I have completed, this directory structure and configuration thing. So we can have a hands-on on installing MongoDB in, you're having a personal laptop, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So do one thing. In this, you can go on MongoDB. So you're using Windows or Ubuntu?
I'm having both Ubuntu and this one, Windows.
Okay. So the project which you are said, like, which is based on which thing? It's
Ubuntu,
either
yeah.
it's a Linux or it's a Windows OS.
Linux, Linux.
Okay, then you do this thing installation in Ubuntu. This is the tutorial. So based upon this, you just do the installation, and you can ping me anytime in between. So we can have the next class by today is 18, right? So we can have the next class by 22 or 23. Okay. So till that, I'm giving you this hands-on like installation of MongoDB. So once you are done with installation of MongoDB and you just read the administrative commands in MongoDB, you just check with those things and let me know. And also today's class as of now it's over. Today I have taken about the architecture and some of the important topics and important things in architecture which has been frequently asked and frequently known to fix the issues.